I've told people that I was going to start a YouTube channel so many times. I've told them that I wanted to lose weight and that I finally was going to get serious about getting fit. And most recently, I've told people about making TikTok happen for me, being serious about it, posting my content, and they'd get really excited. This is friends that I'm talking about, coworkers. They'd be supportive, but then they'd wait, they'd watch, and nothing would show up. Not a video, not a post, and they wouldn't see results on my body in terms of my fitness goals. So they just see me at the next lunch, at the next dinner, and I'm probably talking about the same three topics again, saying how I've rebranded or that I'm still thinking and I'm still planning. And yeah. So, hi, I'm Ruben. I am a project manager by day, and at night, I'm a creator, and I have goals of making this YouTube thing happen. And I'm finally starting, I'm finally getting over myself and just posting and editing and seeing what sticks because I'm over this overthinking part and I just want to get better at this and build a community. And of course, I want to make some income. Who doesn't want to make some income off of YouTube? So that's why I'm here. Hopefully, this resonates with you. And, you know, I think if you have dreams of starting YouTube, I think it starts with getting over ourselves. So, for today's topic, as you saw in the title, we're talking about how nobody cares to hear about our goals. So, have a coffee with me, sit me down, set me down, do what you gotta do. But if you're an overthinker, I think this is gonna hit. So, let me take a drink. So, here's what I figured out about myself. I love beginning new things. I love coming up with a new idea. I love getting a new notebook, a new journal, a new Google Sheet, Notion, you know, trying out Notion, trying out whatever's new in Canva, and it feels so good. It feels so good. Like that's my bag. Organizing and planning, that really is probably my forte of anything that I do because it feels incredible. It feels like, we're being successful. We're planning things out. We have a new concept and we have a new segment for YouTube and a new playlist. So we're making all this progress, right? Well, if we're just planning, if you're like me and you get stuck in the planning phase for years, months, we're actually not doing anything. We're not taking action. So, why does this matter? Here's where it gets uncomfortable for some people, and including me. When we share about our dreams, about our goals to our friends, to our family, to our coworkers, and we're not following through, we're really hurting our reputation. I mean, not only in their eyes, but our reputation with ourselves, you know? It's not that we're not being totally productive. I'm being kind of funny saying that, it's not doing anything. Planning is not doing anything. It is doing something. We're trying to figure things out. But we need to get over ourselves and take that extra step of posting, of doing whatever your dream is. You got to start doing it and you'll learn in the process. And, when we're not following through, especially for YouTube, for TikTok, and we have these friends or these people that we've told about our goals about, and they're not seeing anything, and you're just complaining to them again. Like, they're not gonna say anything to you. They're not gonna say like, "Well, I haven't seen anything posted," or, "Where are you with that YouTube plan?" Like, they're gonna wait for you to bring it up, and hopefully you have good news. But if you just keep telling them each time, like I have been guilty of, that I am just like at a standstill because I don't know what my niche is, or I don't know what I want to talk about, or I am just rebranding, or just think about what that does. And for example, let's think about a friend you might have, or a coworker who does this to you. They're they're talking to you about, let's say, even dating, um, and they're talking to you about, you know, they have a boyfriend that they were supposed to not talk to anymore. That's a good one. And of course, the next time you see them at dinner or at lunch, they're like, "Well, he reached out." Right. Right. He reached out. Oh, well, did you delete his number? No, no. And you probably reached out. They probably reached out. So what do you think about that friend that tells you, I wasn't gonna reach out, but they reached out, and so, they haven't stopped calling, or I reached out. Maybe they're honest and they said, I reached out, I was drunk. What do you think about them? Do you judge them just a little bit? Well, I think that applies to our dreams and our goals. If we're just talking about what we're going to do and not actually acting on it, little by little, we're chipping away at that reputation that we had with our friends. And most importantly, with ourselves, like we're speaking these things, our our goals, and then we're not doing it. So like, what does that do with our psyche? I don't have like a study pulled up or anything, but I mean, if you just keep repeating things to yourselves and not doing it, I think that probably takes a hit at our reputation with ourselves. Like, man, I'm just a planner. No, no, no. On this channel, we're overthinkers, but we're doers. We get things done. So hopefully you're on that same boat. Hopefully that resonates with you. I have one more example that I want to talk about that's not YouTube related. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but my upstairs neighbors are back. They were gone for like 3 months, and they have a baby and they have a toddler. For what I pay for this apartment, there's absolutely no way that I'm continuing my lease, or renewing. There's absolutely no way. But back to that other example, fitness. Fitness is a big one for me. I I like talking about going to the gym and like, trying new not recipes, but like new meals. I've been trying to eat a lot of vegetables. Are beans a vegetable, by the way? That was a conversation at work. Um, and yeah, just like talking about it, I think it's an easy topic that even if you're not on a weight loss journey or, fitness journey, you're able to like jump in and like say something that works for you or that you're trying. Um, so that's a big one that I've always kind of shared with people. I want to lose weight. I want to get fit. Um, and it's a whole thing of I'll start on Monday. Like that's what I've realized. And I don't say that I'll start on Monday, but every week it seems like I'm having a restart. I'll do great on Sunday. Sunday's like my big productivity day at home, cleaning, washing dishes, getting my first workout of the weekend. I consider Sunday the first day of the week. So Sunday is big. I have my motivation is at an all-time high. And then Monday, here we go, I'm going to work, sometimes to the office, or sometimes I get to work from home. But the motivation's still there. I get a workout in, I get, some cardio in. Tuesday. Tuesday is a little rougher. Probably had a full day of meetings at work. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so over this. So getting off work, I'm like, it's $2 Tuesday at my local favorite bar. Can I swing by? I'll just have one. Um, let's say I won't go, but then I really have to push through that workout. I really have to be good about the calories that I eat. And on Wednesday, I'm like, midweek, I did good these last few days. This could be like a great day for me to take a break. No, I've done that the last couple of weeks, to be truthful. But then by Saturday or Sun, yeah, by Friday or Saturday, I'm like, I don't want to work out. Like, I want to take Saturdays off, at least have one day off of thinking about working out, thinking about just like this fitness goal. But I can't accomplish it because I'm skipping Wednesday. So the action step for me in this whole example is that Wednesdays are my day where I need to push through. Maybe on that day I'll get up early and do it. That way it's off my mind, get it done early, and it's totally doable. I know I can do it. I have, you know, it's not my goal for this year, but I want to get up early. I want to start my day early. Every millionaire or billionaire that I see, they start like at 5 a.m. or earlier. And I'm like, I'm not there yet because I just can't get myself to sleep early. So, anyway, this is one example in my life that I share to people, but then, they're not seeing the progress and they're not, I don't think they're judging, but they're like probably not thinking that I'm taking it seriously, even though like basically obsessed about this. Like I'm thinking about working out and eating healthy like all day long. It's annoying. Ugh. So maybe we just don't talk about it to other people and we'll show them that yes, we have been working on it. Yes, we've been doing the work. And, for people to notice your weight loss, I think it takes over 12 weeks, like over 3 months. So that's nothing to be discouraged about. And if no one comments, they'll notice it. They'll notice it eventually. But we've noticed it if our clothes fit a little better. I've been kind of hitting a plateau with my weight loss. I really want to get to the gym, but considering this whole apartment thing, I really want to take inventory of my habits and first, then, figure out am I moving from this place? Because then that will help me decide on what gym to go to, whether it's the YMCA or Anytime Fitness. Because it'd be one of those will be closer to wherever I move potentially. So one more thing about this whole, oversharing, getting over ourselves and not oversharing on our dreams because no one cares to hear about it. If you're a horoscope person, astrology person, this will, resonate with you. If you're not, kind of sit tight, sit tight. I'm not super into astrology, but every now and then And I grew up with Walter Mercado. Come on, I speak Spanish. Walter Mercado. He was on Univision, and he was this very animated dude that would, tell you your horoscope. Now I watch sometimes on YouTube this lady that I also grew up with, Misada Mohammed. Los quiero mucho y los quiero ver triunfar. That's her little tagline. Um, because that's who I trust. That's someone that I like her delivery on camera. I like how some of the things that she said about, my sign, either I made them happen or, they did happen. So Gemini season's coming up. I am a Gemini. I'm an early June Gemini. My birthday's coming up. And she always says, Misada always says, bite your tongue. Keep your goals private. Work on that. Resist the urge to share constantly. The people at work are not your friends, even though that's true for me. I have friends that I have made at work that I hang out with outside of work, and they know about my YouTube, they know about my TikTok, and they're very supportive. But sometimes I'm like, I know that they don't see the progress there yet. But she always says, keep it to yourself. Talking about it feels like you're doing it, but no, you got to take action. So I need to listen to her a little bit more. Maybe look up your sign. What is your horoscope tell you about your dreams? Are you oversharing? Don't be that person, because no one cares. No one cares. They're thinking about themselves, and they'll be supportive, of course, but So I've already mentioned this, but I am a journal person. I am a notebook person. I am a books person. What's the latest one? For habits, recently got this Atomic Habits workbook, and I want to, work through it this year, really come up with better habits to help me reach my three main goals: YouTube, TikTok, fitness, transformation. That's four. Transformation meaning like just really taking ownership of my life. But so I like buying new things. I like, s- the fresh feeling, the fresh smell of a new book, of a new journal, a planner. I love a planner. But it goes into that whole like starting new things. I'm going to start using this. I'll get through like a couple of weeks of using it, and then I fall off because it's not as useful as I think it's going to be. So as I'm thinking like, what can I turn this channel into? What kind of business, what kind of, product can I sell eventually? I would love, oops, sorry. I just hit my microphone. I would love to come up with a combined journal and planner, because I'm not seeing anything that works for me. Or they have like 20 pages to start that are useless. No, we're not wasting paper here. So I might do that. See, now I'm oversharing. Now I'm talking about a plan, but this is between us. Okay. So yeah, let's stop buying so many like new things that we know we don't get through. We know we're not reading all those books all the way through. Maybe you are, but I know that I have a habit of buying new things, reading it a little bit, using it a little bit, and then I want the next thing because I want that fix. So let me have a couple more sips. So to close this out, here's the thing that I want you to hear. And I'm saying this to myself. I'm saying all of this to myself. We need to get over ourselves. Not in a mean way. We just need to be real. We need to get over the planning phase. We need to start doing. We need to start taking action on what we're telling people that we want to do. Are we really that busy that we can't go for our dreams? Why are we putting so many hours, so much effort at work to fulfill someone else's dreams, business goals, and we're not putting that work into our own dreams and goals? Why are we doing that? So, moral of the story, stop oversharing. Let's start doing. Ruben, start doing. Start posting. Post this. Because we are doers. We take action. We overthink it, but we do it. So, hopefully, this resonates with you. Give me a follow or give me a subscribe. Hit me with a comment. Maybe you like my mug. I don't know. Tell me something because if this helps one person, at least for now, that I will take that as a big win because I know that there's so many of us out there that are overthinkers. We are dreamers. We've always wanted to do a particular thing. Maybe it is YouTube, but we just haven't taken that step yet because I don't know, we're embarrassed. We're just overthinking it all, or we're stuck in the planning phase and coming up with our spreadsheets and all of that. We just need to take action. So take some action, subscribe, hit me with a comment, like the video, do all the things, and send this to one of your overthinking friends. Maybe that one friend that tells you that they weren't going to reach out to their ex and they did. Okay. See you next week. We'll check in then. So suddenly, the upstairs neighbors are up and the baby's crying. Get over yourself, get over yourself, get over yourself. I'll move out. I'll move out. And now someone's entering the door. You can hear everything. Ah. Okay.